Definitely.
Sir, we have one question from Mr. D. Sai Kumar. Sir, whether the text in the form of image will come under plagiarism? Like if there is a text in the form of an image, whether it will only, sir?
Yes, yes, it's also one type of plagiarism, and intentionally to avoid the plagiarism, the people will convert text into image.
Okay, sir. Next question we have from one Mr. Satyendra. Uh, Sir, it is understood that plagiarism applies when ideas are copied. Copyright violation occurs only when a specific fixed expression is copied. Now, if the same or similar thing is published by editing the original and portrayed in a different way, be it a text or an image, will copyright still be enforceable?
Definitely, when you copy and present in your document, it requires citations. If you present proper citation, that automatically excludes. You can also publish some extent, not violation of copyrights and plagiarism.
Another question from Mr. Satyendra itself. Uh, if the words are changed or the image is changed, but it conveys same information, will it be considered as a research? And even if rephrase, should we still cite the source?
Yeah, definitely, because in review of literature, people doing that, no? People will collect reviews from various sources and presenting in their document by modifying, rephrasing. Okay, they
Yes.
cannot present as it is. They paraphrase that text. Of course, it requires citation, proper citation.
Next question. Can you please let us know how much of the thesis or dissertation work should be original work without paraphrasing and quotations? The doubt is, if even if it is in double quotes, is there any limit for putting in double quotes, sir?
No, if it is any unethical way, just like I have shown one document, no, because
Yes, sir.
all quoted works will be excluded as per UGC norms or guidelines.
Yes,
But
sir.
that particular student intentionally applied quotes to entire document.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When we check that such type of document, it shows 0% because intentionally he want to avoid plagiarism and he applied quotes to entire document. If there is anything found in that way, like 0% or 1-2%, then we will concentrate more on that document. And because I have some knowledge to remove that quotations, and I'll check again after removing. Because there is
Okay.
a limit, only one paragraph, one line, one page, something like people institutes will accept, but not entire document by applying quotes and all. Okay, that is unethical.
Okay, sir. There is one question from Mr. Ritvik. Sir, in the case of retweet plagiarism, who will punish the person? Retweet, he's saying, sir. Twitter, retweet.
No, no, nobody will punish, no, because it will not come under plagiarism because he showing the direction from the other source.
Okay, sir.
For example, if I did any mistake and same thing you are mentioning means I'm the punishable person. The second will not comes under that.
He's speaking about Twitter tweets, sir.
Yes,
In
yes, yes, same
Twitter.
thing. Same thing.
Yes.
Because we have so many filters in even Twitter and WhatsApp. No, if anything forwards identifies the first person who are passing that information, and some person action will be there on the first person.
Sir, we have one question from Mr. Azad Singh. Sir, is paraphrasing ethical or unethical?
Ethical. Paraphrasing is ethical, but that part of the paragraph paraphrased information should be citations and require citation.
Okay, sir.
For example, any student copied a paragraph from internet source or other source, just he have to paraphrase or rewrite. At the same time, he have to present the source from where he copied. That is ethical.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir.
if he is not presenting any citations, means it is unethical.
Okay, sir. There is one question from Advocate Jyoti Gulati. Sir, what should be the research strategy to overcome plagiarism?
I've given three parts, three categories of document. Just you please follow that three categories. Like if you are copying as it is, means it requires quotes, quotations and citations. You categorize your work, and second category is copying from various sources and paraphrasing. It requires citation. If you follow all these conditions, that will be ethical and your document will be acceptable.
Sir, there is one question from Mr. Mohan Rao. Hanchate, sir, what is the position of plagiarism in other countries other than in India, and what are the penalties?
I have to show UGC gazette notification first. Before that, just I'll do that. Actually, according to UGC norms, up to 10%, there is no penalty. Just I'll show.
Sir,
That.
it is in other countries, he's asking.
Other country, because each and every country having their own limitations and all. That majority of the cases, 10% is maximum limit to uh, copy something like. Any repeated journals, they will not allow 5% even. This is a gazette notification. I'll move to English part. Um, University Grants Commission Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism in Higher Education Institutions Regulations 2018, because we are 100% following these guidelines in Osmania University. And as per UGC guidelines, you please check this. Serial number 7, similarity checks for exclusion or for plagiarism. All quoted works reproduced within a necessary permission or attribution will be excluded. All references, bibliography, table of content, preface, acknowledgements excluded. Generic terms, laws, standard symbols, and standard equations will be excluded. And what includes here is abstract, summary, hypothesis, observations, results, conclusions, and recommendations. These are the very important chapters we used to check in Osmania. And if these chapters contains anything more than 10%, that will be rejected. Yes. If up to 10%, no penalties, student can submit, and 10 to 40% such student be asked to submit a revised script within 6 months. If it is be in between 10 to 40%, that we will provide 6 months to rewrite that thesis. Again, student will come within 6 months. If it is crosses 40% to 60%, then we will provide 1 year to rewrite that document. Anytime you can come before before 1 year. Okay. And if that similarity crosses 60%, that student registration for that program shall be cancelled, because we are checking only limited chapters as per UGC guidelines.
Sir, in this, is there any penalty for the research supervisor also, sir?
Right now, there is no penalty for supervisors, because they are guiding their students and rewriting the document, submitting again for checking, and finally below 10% they are submitting.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is one more question from Mr. Sai Kumar. Sir, while sending PhD thesis for plagiarism check, do we need to attach introduction and review of literature parts also?
No. As per UGC guidelines, that will be excluded. Review of literature or introduction, because introduction and review of literature is copied content. I've shown that no, only limited chapters will be there to check as per UGC guidelines, like abstract, summary, hypothesis, scope, recommendations, research findings. So these are the chapters, because review of literature is not part of the checking according to UGC guidelines.
There is one question from Ms. Supriti. Do we have same rules applicable for post-graduation thesis, or these rules are only for PhD thesis?
No, any work, even this, any small project or any article or PhD thesis or dissertation or postdoctoral thesis, we will follow same rules.
Sir, there is one question from Mr. Lavaraju. Sir, I have cited the sources. Can I still be accused of plagiarism? What percentage of plagiarism may be allowed?
For what? Is it for article? Because if it is for article, the student has to take permission from the publisher, because some publishers will allow up to 30% or 20%, something like. If it is PhD thesis, only some extent they can copy.
Okay, sir. There is one question from Mr. Johnny Walker. How much portion of a research paper can we cite? Is there any limit?
There is no limit. There is no limit. According to ethical practice, we have to follow some conditions. Only some limited extent we can copy, not
Okay,
entire document.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is question from Mr. Abhed Srivastava. Sir, if I write an article by copying from various sources but acknowledging those sources and giving proper citation, will it be considered plagiarism?
No, it comes under plagiarism, because there is no innovation, there is no added work from that author.
Okay, sir. There is one question from Mr. Samrat. Can you please tell if copyright of literature material or narrative story and novel is the same as that of legal article or content?
Copyrights are absolute and it works to each and every part. Same rules will be there for any literature work or any other things, even from website.
Sir, these plagiarism also applicable in ICSSR PDF final report submission?
Everywhere. If those who are following UGC guidelines, definitely they will follow all these things and they have to apply the conditions according to UGC guidelines. Like below 10%, that will be acceptable. Above 10%, that will be sent to rewrite, something like.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much, sir. Now I request Professor GB Reddy, sir, the chair professor for the DPIIT IPR-Chair, Osmania University, to please proceed with the session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chakravarthy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chakravarthy, and dear participants. We are very happy to have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor D. Ravinder, who is the Chief Patron of DPIIT IPR-Chair, Osmania University. And we have with us Professor P. Lakshminarayan, sir, Registrar, Osmania University. Now I request my colleague, Mr. Srinivas Rao, to propose formal vote of thanks.
Thank you. On behalf of DPIIT IPR-Chair, OU Hyderabad, India, I would like to take this honor, sir, to host this vote of thanks today. Sir, thank you for being here and apprising us on this serious intellectual property. This is very important for us to understand the copying etiquette, maybe in the university or college or school, or maybe working with any kind of literary work. Traditionally, also, it is being told by our elders that you need to acknowledge and denote the source of good work from where you have inherited the information or a particular skill. Today, sir, you have technically and legally presented all those with varied and classified information about plagiarism. Most importantly, now our viewers and participants are aware like how they can do the checks at free of cost and with the availed paid services. Since now the tool is available with them, I am sure that all of them can produce articles which is less than 5% plagiarism. And sir, related to the part of consequences of plagiarism, I can say that it was most scary part of this session. Also, the type of malpractices which you were talked about was also interesting to explore the ways the students are adapting the new technologies, yet not respectful ever. We should curb this at the origin itself. Since now the participants are aware of all these facts, we hope that this effort of DPIIT IPR-Chair OU Hyderabad, India to propagate the knowledge of intellectual property is really helpful and we are progressing every week on week. I would also like to thank the essay writing participants. The girl power has shown a commendable spirit. I would also like to thank our Chief Patron, our Vice Chancellor, Registrar Sir, Dr. G.B. Reddy Sir, who is a Chair, IPR Chair Professor. Thank you, sir. Thank you